Some liquid nitrogen ought to cool things off around here.
Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the MMC Ocular Max PS-24 Incertus. They're taking over a G1S groove, which is going to make a component leg for their defensor. And yeah, it's pretty much right in line with G1, not as stylized as they usually go. And it's pretty cool. They've done a pretty good job with it overall. Now, since I just got X-Transbots in, we will be doing a comparison to the X-Transbots one in the bot mode. And we're going to take a look at this thing in all of its modes. But let's get to take a look at this. I did get this at Shozy Store. I'm going to have a link down below where you can get yours. TH Reviewer code helps the channel out. But let's get to take a look at everything with this groove coming up. Here's the box. Nothing really all that special. Kind of more of the same. Kind of similar how they do it. It's kind of cool. They show all the characters right here. Is that progressively what they put out? We're missing one still. Nope. He's in a shadow back there. The one they're missing. There we go. It's the box. The first thing that surprised me about this guy is the fact that he's so tall. I really didn't expect him to be this tall because he kind of has to be because he makes up that leg. And so he's taller than other combiner bots. But it's probably right in line with the rest of the defensor bots. So that's probably what's going on with this. But yeah, I was a little surprised. I was like, he's a pretty tall dude, and price wise, hovering around the $100 point. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I paid for it, but it does look pretty cool. Does look pretty cool overall. The character itself is actually a very goofy looking bot, and so with that, it's one of those things that it's probably as good as it's going to look. I mean, I would wonder, could even Fans Toys improve on the design to make it look a little bit better? I don't know, because this is a pretty good design. And then transformation-wise, I mean, I wouldn't want to have it any more involved than they make it, and it's still pretty good. This always is kind of weird. Like in the cartoon, this is not the whole thing here. It kind of turns into just like a little notch behind his head. And you don't see all that. But of course, that's saving money on animation because it would cost a lot more to detail all that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I can live with it. And it doesn't really have a huge backpack considering what's going on here. So I kind of like how they did that. That kind of works for me. And considering how the original G1... Now, I don't have the G1 for comparison because it's on my Defensor, and I'll pop that out once I get a combined Defensor. But I do not like dismantling G1 combiners. I've already broke one or two heads off doing that. So, anyhow, let's get a look at articulation and accessories and go from there. All right, start with this head. We can get a little bit of side to side, a little bit of back, a little bit of forward, and because the way it transforms and you can like fold the head all the way back, you have a little extra in the neck. And then with that, you can bring it up. I kind of feel like his head should be a little lower, like that. I think that looks better. You have the option, though. I mean, it's supposed to sit higher, like that. I don't like that so much. Then you kind of undo a few things here. Shoulder can do the 360, goes out to there. You have the bicep swivel. And looks like a double jointed elbow, but it's not. But it gives you all the range you need. Really didn't cover the hand very well, but he's got independent fingers here. And you have just curved, like one point of articulation right here, and the rest are curved. I can't help but think, it's supposed to be straight, but it looks like he's drinking a Sprite. You've got the ab crunch, and it feels a little ratcheted, but it's not really. And then quite a bit of ab crunch, so Magic Square would be proud of them. And you've got all the way to the 90 right there. Thigh swivel. Double joints only hindered by its own self. It's hindered by its seat is really what hinders it. And then you've got ankle tilt and toe up and down. And yeah, you can get quite a bit with it. Quite a bit of range with this guy in his articulation. Now, as for his gun here, something interesting. There's a notch in his hand, and the gun kind of goes in. clips into that notch. That's different than I've seen in the past, and it holds really well, so I'm okay with it. But the gun itself looks weird because its shape, it's strange. Really kind of strange there. Also, down here, you can fold up these tabs on both sides. Easier said than done. Alright, get that ball rolling. And then you could put these guns here on the side, which very G1-esque of them. And it enhances the look a little bit. I mean, if you believe that enhances the look. I think it looks a little bit more kibbly with it on there, but it's a thing you can do. And oh, check it out. You kind of untransform it a bit, but you get I just noticed a bicep swivel right there. It pops the transformation a bit to get that, but wow, that works. Huh. Anyway, also, we're going to pop this hand off and put this on. And we got this thing. So, things you can do, options they let you have with this guy. All right, putting them next to X-Transbots and their version, their groove. And I'm noticing a couple of differences, like major differences. First of all, this one's way taller, MMC, and it's way lighter. Well, maybe they're the same weight, but with he's short, he feels like he's got more weight to him for his size. And then the backpack is deeper on the shorter figure for X-Transbots. So I do kind of like how that's more slimlined for the MMC. And with that, I would probably say I'm using X-Transbots for combined mode, so bot mode is really not a big consideration for me. But yeah, I think that this one would probably be the bot mode win. But it's just a goofy looking figure either way. Bot mode win maybe on these guys. Which one do you think looks better, and which one would you rather have in bot mode? And I also don't like the strange colors over here. Like they went with silver, white silver. They went with cream and off-white. I mean, it's really strange color combination. Another comparison here is to Magic Square Prime. So as tall as he is, he's not really that tall. He's not as tall as Prime or anything. He's not even as tall as the first Constructicon we got from the X-Transbots. So looking at this, yeah, I think he fits. I think he's a good size. And would I want him taller? I don't really think so. I think most people in their mind, this should scale with Carbots, and it's significantly taller. In my mind, all Carbots should be as tall as him. All right, transformation. We are going to get into this bad boy, and we are going to do a few things. Pulling this kickstand out, we are going to move these arms here out. I got to untab a couple of spots, and then we're going to pull this wheel out, and we'll mess with kind of all of this stuff down the road. I think I do need to pull this up just a bit. And we're going to untab this and put the head back into it. Like, come on, something like this. The head's got to be all the way into it. And then I could bring this down all the way. We need to fold these pieces in around the head. Come on. There we go. Now, keep pushing the wheel back by mistake. All right, now we're going to do some stuff with these arms. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to rotate this up to get that in place, and then pull this engine detailing out. So pull the engine detailing out, rotate up that part of the arm. And then we're going to straighten all that. Got to get this straightened up. We're going to do like a slide kind of deal. You want to put the fist in like so. Slide, slide, slide kind of deal. What's going to happen is it's going to fold up like this. I don't think it stays out like so. And do the same thing to the other side. Should be looking something like this. Then what we're going to do is put these into place. This folds down, and then this stuff will tab in. There it goes. That tabs in, looks good. I'm just gonna leave that alone. That's kind of some cleaning up at the end right there. Then we're gonna get down here to the legs. You flip the legs, you take that, just gonna fall off. And we are going to get into this legs. I probably need to adjust the camera just a bit. So a lot of strange stuff going on with the feet. We're gonna fold it down, which is gonna give us the room to close this up. And then we're going to open all of this up. This tabs in, it came untabbed. And then we are going to end up folding this around like so. This is going to come up here, and you're going to make, basically, this is going to go to the front. This is going to follow the contour of this. And then that can tab in. The tabs right there. Anyway, this is going to come up here and then fold down. This is going to make the seat. Now, this is on a slider. Slide it in, and then it's going to be able to tab in for the seat. And we're going to end up doing the same thing on the other side, but we have to kind of line up that wheel. I don't know why this doesn't want to tab in. That is strange. But this has tabs in the leg and all that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. But these tabs, this one right here is not tabbing. There it is. Takes quite a bit of pressure. And then we're going to mess around with this exhaust here. Probably should have done it first. There it is. That exhaust's in place. And then do the same thing on the other side. Pull it out, fold this in, pull all this out, and then get this out of the way. And then we're going to fold this up. Sort of follow the contour. Slide the seat in. And then this comes up and basically right there. And then we have to find this sweet spot on the wheel connection, which probably made it easier if you did it before you closed all this up. But what is the sweet spot for that wheel connection? There, it's coming together. And then again, I forgot to flip this around. Better to do it before you have gotten to this point. So I keep forgetting that, but it still works. It still works. And then I've got to line all this stuff up real quick to get this to tab in just right. Tab that in, tab this in. This side tabbed in better than the other side. Tab the seat in. Make sure this side right here, these tabs get tabbed in. Fold this to the front. Get your stuff working like so. And then pretty much there. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more and we'll take a look at it. All right, here he is in his alt mode, and obviously you could put John Connor on there from NECA, and I'd never bought the John Connor motorcycle. It was a big deal. His dirt bike. I do have the, I think Kinner. Does Kinner make that one? So I've already kind of got him on a motorcycle. Anyway, who would look better on this? Obviously Arnold would, but he's too big. Yeah, what's Arnold got to say about this? I'll be back with a bigger bike. But, I mean, yeah, it's kind of what I think. Well, there's other cool comparisons I've planned. Overall, it's pretty nice looking mode here. Actually, I didn't really do anything to clean it up. It's just how I had it transformed. Looks pretty good. One thing I didn't do is close in these. But you can open these up. And then you could put on the correct corresponding guns and have some guns on each side. And did it on the other side there. But so they went with silver, and I like that. I like the silver that's exposed there. And the alt mode, which I'm actually going to use this for bot mode, but the alt mode looks fantastic. I think they've done a good job with it. So very, very impressive. And also, I didn't even expect this, but that moves back and forth. The handles move with the wheel, which very kind of nice, realistic type of touch. I like that. You do have all of the translucent, the headlight, the orange turn signals, the front light there, the brake lights, and there's a lot of them, and of course turn lights, all that kind of stuff. So orange here too. So it's really, really phenomenal job they've done on this. And I really didn't expect it. The alt mode is where I think they gave it the priority. But still, the bot mode looked pretty good. So overall, I'm impressed. And that's the thing. I did like what they did with their Swindle on their Bruticus. But I felt like the bot mode was just too panely. And this one, I think, is more of a win. So, pretty impressed overall. Oh, until I just did that. And I knocked off this thing here off the ball peg. It's just a ball peg. This thing here actually comes up. Yeah, just noticed that. But let's do some other comparisons without putting figures on it and see how it goes. I thought this might be a cool shot with X-Transbots in bot mode, MMC in alt mode. But actually, I forgot to put the weapon storage in, because you have full weapon storage, and this unsightly hole in here can end up being weapon storage. So, no, handle up. Sorry. There it goes. Weapon storage, if you wanted to. You can rotate this piece out here to dangle out, or you can tuck it in, either way. Yeah, not bad. Here's the GoBot Night Ranger based on this. Now, this is not in the greatest shape, but I have both the blue and the white in both modes. I put all the good parts on my robot mode version of it, but it looks pretty cool. But are you thinking what I'm thinking looking at this? What's a party without some chips, some dips? We got John Punch and the Sarge from California Highway Patrol. Migo, I don't know. This is what I thought of when I first saw this, and I thought, that's kind of cool, the whole California Highway Patrol chips. That's not the exact same. It was not the same at all. But it just kind of popped in my head. I thought it'd be fun. Some more stuff for comparison. We've got the MMC Sphinx, and I want to admit, I feel like there's more weight to this. It's got like some die cast in it and stuff. This one does not. And in the leg of a combiner, I don't mind it having a little bit of die cast in it. It wouldn't bother me. And then, of course, the X-Transbot's got a lot of weight behind it. This feels heftier now that it's all condensed into the bike mode, but pretty cool. There it is. And obviously it's not going to scale because the bots are where the scale is beginning and ending. It begins and ends in the bot mode. All right, let's get this thing in combined mode. I think we're going to do that. So we need to untab this stuff here. You get the ball rolling on that. Just got the ball rolling just a little bit to get this stuff here untabbed. And there we go. Then we're going to fold this back out. And tab it in. Same thing on the other side. And then basically what we're going to do here is just open up a cavity to put the wheel in. So it's on a slider. So you want to slide open the wheel cavity. And then we're going to come up here to this. And it has, these are on ball joints. And these move up. We're going to rotate this around at this joint. And then we're going to put this in like so. We have our combine mode, which works. It works. It works. It gets the job done. And still curious on how it's going to connect, and still curious about where a foot's going to come from, because there's no foot in that box, and it's supposed to be all in one. But there it goes for its combine mode. Does kind of condense down pretty small. That's why it's an 18-incher, not a 21-incher. But we're going to have some thigh on it too. So it's still going to have a good size. It's still going to be a decent size combiner in the end. All right, so what do I think about this thing? I think it's a pretty good, solid groove overall. I think MMC did a good job with it. And I don't feel the full all-in-one in this, but maybe more of it's going to be part of the main bot, the hot spot shot, whatever, is going to do more than their other ones did. So I think it looks pretty good. Overall, I like both modes, and transformation's not really that bad. So that's a win. It's a win. I haven't done anything else with the X-Transbots yet. I hear nightmares about that thing. I want to give it some time. Don't want to just kind of jump right into that mid-review of this. So anyhow, let me know what you guys think about this. I do have a link down below where you can get this at Showzy Store. TH Review code helps the channel out. And I like it. And I'm going to keep it probably in bot mode, though. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. Tell your hanger out.
Let's see how we do without first aid. Transform into Defensor.
Up for you. What the heck are those things?